Hi, I'm Bob Iati, TABB Group Partner and Global Head of Consulting. In most every conversation I have with industry professionals, I'm asked one question. What are you seeing? This is a first of what will be a regular video series focused on trends that we're seeing in the marketplace. It represents recent trends that we've seen through private consulting engagements and ad hoc requests coming in from our clients. This January installment is on a clear and renewed interest in trade processing, and it'll cover several areas. The first we'll look at is clearance and settlement. We've received requests to size markets for trade processing reaching across the entire trade processing spectrum, covering self-clearing firms that are interested in assessing their proprietary technology and exploring strategic models where processing can become a profit center rather than a cost center. Next, we've gotten requests for competitive analysis for primary providers of trade processing systems and technology. We've also heard a lot from clients with respect to corresponding clearing business, looking at revenue models, value propositions, and consolidation and convergence in that marketplace. Lastly, we've talked with technology providers in this space about aligning their solutions to a changed market, to help them restructure their offerings, to help better fit what institutions are looking for and the way they look at things today. We see three primary drivers of this trend of renewed trade processing. One, an uncertainty in regulation, in particular in the OTC markets. What will happen? What does it mean for institutions? What should my firm do to position most effectively, given what's happening in Washington and maybe most importantly, what's coming down the road in Washington? Secondly, changes in the trading landscape have driven this trend as well. In particular, on the clearing firm side, we think driven in some respects by the recent deal where Penson bought Broadridge's clearing contracts while agreeing to outsource his technology in return. This has driven some of these firms to reconsider whether to self-clear or not to self-clear. Also, some firms recognize it as an opportunity to capture new business from correspondents that might be converting to self-clearing or transitioning from one clearing firm to another. As trading grows outside the traditional boundaries into a model that moves across geography and asset class, processing needs to evolve as well to minimize redundancies and to become more efficient internally. These are the types of things that we're being asked for our clients, some institutions, sometimes technology firms. Number three, typical business cycles. What we typically see at times such as now when revenues tend to be challenged is that institutions focus more and more on retaining the bottom line by focusing on operational efficiency. So we're being posed a question from institutions that are looking to become more efficient in their process. Because revenues are down, how do I keep my bottom line up? Well, I keep it up by being more efficient and cutting my costs in the operational side of the business. So can they cut costs and become more efficient via their back office improvements? And if so, how? What does this all mean? I don't believe that we've returned to the days in the late part of the 90s and the early part of this century of STP and T+1 discussions, but it's clear that institutions are rethinking their strategy with respect to operational efficiency. These institutions, both buy-side and sell-side, as well as technology providers, recognize that their revenue models are challenged and are changing, and they need to adapt their trading operations and really, in fact, their entire business to retain their value propositions in the changing marketplace. I'm Bob Iati of TABB Group, and this is what we're seeing.